Alright, it is January 2nd, 2014, and we went on our little trip for Nana Papa's for Christmas, and we came back, and the place where I happened to put my firearms was a little wet. Needless to say, I checked everything today, and I'm not happy. Luckily on the Mossberg, the only thing that really got wet was the choke. A little rusty. I'm going to go swab it out. But unfortunately my AR, the whole front of the upper got wet. If you look close, you can see bubbles in the paint. We've been resting in water for probably a week. The bore looks fine. Some rusty screws. Gas block, a little rusty. So what we're going to do is clean everything up. I think what we're going to actually do is redo the paint. So we'll be back, have stuff prepped. Well, I have everything wiped out and scrubbed out and cleaned up for the most part. When I originally painted this upper, I used automotive primer in gray, and it's been painted for probably almost 4 years now. The paint on top is Krylon Fusion. You can see that on this stock also. I did not paint the lower because I didn't have the lower at the time, but I think that will change today. The scope is a different color pattern because it was on a different gun at one point in time. Rings are matched to this gun. Setup, this is a Daniel Defense upper. Daniel Defense bolt carrier group. I actually have the one-piece firing pin, retaining pin in there. Standard charging handle. Nikon Coyote 3-to-9 power scope. I believe those are Burris high mount, extra high mount rings. Midwest Industries forward handguard. All their grippy stuff, quick release for the sling. This is a Spikes lower. Chimney trigger. I believe it's a 3.5 pound and an ergo grip. Pretty basic setup. I cannot remember what gas block this is, but I believe it's a rifle length gas tube in there. Been a great gun. Super duper accurate. Most of the time in the case that's drying up here that happens to be wet for whatever stupid reason. Usually have a couple 20 round mags, a couple 30 round mags, 120 and 110 that usually hold whatever hunting ammo I'm using, and just a variety of predator calls. This is actually a horn for the Primos hot dog, which is right there, which is a super loud call without the horn. And I've actually used a cottontail distress call that I found and just put some tape on it and wrapped it up in there. Sounds real good. Some extra stuff, handmade lanyard. Yes, I do use the Magpul dust covers on their mags. It actually saved the ammunition that was in this magazine that got wet. And to do the prep, all I'm going to do is put everything back together minus the bolt carrier group. Put the scope back on. Put some tape over the muzzle device. Spray on some brake cleaner, let it dry, and then repaint. So I will give you a shot back in a minute of what the paint looks like. And I'm back. Got a couple coats of primer. I actually sprayed that on about 5 minutes ago. Gonna let it dry overnight. And for quick reference, there is the VL Tour stock that I had on there. I'm going to do a similar paint pattern. I just didn't want to paint the stock over again. You get grease and oil from your face, hands, everything else. No point in painting it over. So I'm going to go ahead and mask off some of the gray. Go back over with the tan. hit it with some little streaks of black, a couple of splotches of green, call it good. There's parts of my Mossberg. And tear it apart. Smelled kind of musty, so I figured, well, I might as well get all the water out of it if there was some in there. And a few details I forgot. The barrel is actually a stainless barrel from Rainier Arms. Probably the two most important things. Oh, let's say three. Barrel, trigger, which is the Timney trigger I have in there, and a good quality bolt. Those three things, even if put in a cheap upper and lower receiver, will definitely keep you running for a very long time. So there's the last update for today. Tomorrow I'll more than likely get some color on it. And real quick, I'll just show you. I went ahead and just painted the whole buffer tube. Said screw it, no big deal, it's going to get scuffed up anyways. Taped off the trigger, ends of my optic, and of course I got tape over the muzzle device. Back up a little bit here, I've got stuff on the shelf that danger, 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 fun, danger, fun, 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 fun. There's a brand new bottle of Corrosion X, so I'll do some waterproofing on some electronics later. And that's about it. So we will see you tomorrow. Well, I got a wild hair and fought the daylight. Finished it off. You can kind of see the difference between the stock and the rest of the gun. I actually omitted the brown because I had a little bit of black left and didn't have any brown, so just so happened I didn't use the brown. Get a picture of the flip side. Gray primer coat, then with tan, OD green, and some black stripes here and there. Tried to keep it a little light compared to the last time. It seemed a little dark before. So there it is.